Hey guys, welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, for being subscribed. If you're not, go ahead and hit that button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like button. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this reality chat. Listen, I saw a couple of little trailers for Married to Medicine. And I don't know if somebody over there on Bravo is trying to get under Kandi's skin. But listen, even though I know Phaedra is coming to this show, which I still don't understand that. I previously talked about that. And Kandi said, well, she doesn't care if Phaedra is on TV. She just doesn't want to be on the show with her. So if they wanted to bring her back to the Housewives, then they can tell her to bounce. Maybe they should have just brought Phaedra back to the Housewives and got rid of Kandi, because it seems like somebody's really trying to get under Kandi's skin. Because to me, it seems like they're trying to turn Married to Medicine into Housewives, which we all know is fake at this point in time, right? The Real Housewives of Atlanta, even though, let's just be real, it was fake in the beginning too, but it was more real fake, if that makes sense. Because we already know Sheree's fake. Kim was fake. But she was really literally living off of Big Papa. And he never showed his face on the show. Nene and Greg, they were really broke. But she was trying to portray that they were living well. And they really weren't. But it was more raw fake. This stuff that they have now, it's just, nobody is a housewife. A lot of them aren't even wives. And the ones that are wives, a lot of them are in terrible marriages. You know what I mean? But the one thing that I really liked about Married to Medicine, that it was one of the more real reality shows, because these people were actually really friends. They were really married and really in medicine. So now you've got Quad still on the show. She is not even married to anyone. Don't know if she's dating a doctor, getting D from a doctor. Like, nobody knows anything about her relationship, but the show is called Married to Medicine.
Why are you even here? You ain't even married to medicine, my love. And I'm still gonna be here, dog. You better go find you a chiropractor.
Oh my God, that line gets me every time. She's like, you better go find you a chiropractor. Oh my God. Oh my God. Classic. I'm sorry. I miss Mariah. I don't care what anybody says. And she freaking made the show. That's one of the reasons why this is so ridiculous. But even after I wouldn't even say they dismissed Mariah, but even after she has no longer graced her presence on the screen on the show that she created, what does that even show you about Quad? It's like, for her to sit and tell Dr. Heavenly that she feels disrespected, that production didn't approach her and talk to her about Dr. G and his new wife coming back on the show. And then she says, when you know the history. To be honest with you, the history that we know about, I heard someone say the ABUSE allegations. When did that happen? I might have missed that, so I'm not going to say that did not happen. But let's be honest. If this man was physically doing stuff to her, why in the world would she come back on the show and be filming with him and his new wife? I'm sorry. And that does not make me someone who is male identified, or I'm standing on the side of men or anything like that. I don't believe that. You cannot tell me that if this man was physically abusing her, she would have congratulated him on his Instagram when the announcement was made that he was getting married to his new wife. and that she would be on this show filming with this man and his new wife. Like, you're that desperate for a check? You need a check that bad? A lot of us need some checks now. I'm not saying that we can't and wouldn't be able to use the money, but to what extent, right? There's some boundaries and lines that we won't cross in order to get that money that we may want or maybe even need, right? And there's no way that you can tell me that someone as strong-headed and strong-spirited, to a fault a lot of times, as Quad would have been filming on this show with her abusive ex-husband and his new wife, if that were the case. So I don't believe that. I don't believe that. But now with Phaedra being on this show, and now the women having taglines, which they never had before. We never knew anyone on Married to Medicine having taglines. And then this little clip, this little trailer of Phaedra talking about the other ladies. I'm going to put links to these so that you can see, but I'm just going to play the audio so that you can hear this. Because this is just like, okay, I think I see what they're trying to do now. And they're trying to make Married to Medicine into the Housewives. And I think that this is a huge error, a huge one.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. You might know me from Real Housewives of Atlanta, but I have moved across town to link up with the ladies from Married to Medicine. Everybody knows I have many careers, and I'm not actually a medical doctor. However, I am a holistic practitioner, so I won't be treating you with pills, but yet I will be healing your soul. I'm never the problem, honey. I'm always the cure. And these ladies have definitely met their match because my Scorpio sister Heavenly, we are a deadly duo. And my good girlfriend Jackie, who plays in all of the celebrity vaginas, she's never played in mine, but I'm sure it's only a matter of time before she gets in deep and dirty with me as well. Simone, she's a great gynecologist too, and we've traveled in the same circles for quite some time. I'm now on the right side of the tracks. I'm hanging with professional women who know how to act. Sometimes. Everybody knows I'm a mortician, so I bury the people after I kill them in court. But this season, I might have to resurrect and put a little life into a few of these ladies.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? That was cringe, okay? I can't. I've never with Married to Medicine, and even with the past several seasons at this point in time, with them having Quad on here, and it's like, why is she still on this show? I dealt with it because it was like, that was the one fake factor of Married to Medicine, so I can deal with it. But now this is crazy. And her saying, now I'm on the right side of the tracks, hanging with professional women. Girl, please. Who is an attorney, a mortician, a holistic practitioner, a stun gun creator, a scam artist? I'm sorry. No. It's a no for me. I'm sorry. This is cringe.
When good enough is not an option, they call on this doctor's wife to deliver.
I may be a little sassy, but always classy. I am back. It's your favorite Southern Belle, so check up on that. Married to Medicine, I am the medicine. They say I make them sick, but the gag is they're addicted to me as if I'm their medicine.
You're never gonna see me in a funk, but you can always call me Dr. Crumb.
I have the prescription for drama and dazzling smile.
You can come for my crown, but come for my empire, and it's off with your head.
So that's what we're doing now. Married to Medicine cast and taglines. Okay, it's what, season 10, and you're trying to switch a little, bit up, change some things a little bit, do some things a little bit differently. I get it. I understand. But this all, to me, just, it doesn't make sense. I'm not here for it. And I'm sure it doesn't matter what my opinions are, but my opinions are my opinions. And I just don't care for this at all. So to bring Phaedra on the show, is this their way of changing the guard, of them switching things up to make the Married to Medicine show like the Real Housewives? I'm just not here for this at all. We'll see what the show gives. I'm going to watch it because I like the show, but I don't know what it's going to give me in terms of what I like. But I'm just not here for this at all. But now it's making sense to me as to really why they brought Phaedra onto the Married to Medicine show. I feel, my personal opinion, is to get under Kandi's skin, to try to bring a little fake element to Married to Medicine and make it like the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm just like, oh, okay. But child, please, Phaedra saying she's a holistic healer and a mortician and an attorney and someone who avoided prison with her husband, now ex-husband. Okay. No. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to talk about that because when I saw this, I said, this is just really weird. And now it's, even though it doesn't make sense, it's making even more sense to me as to why they decided to bring Phaedra onto this show. So anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, guys. Thank you so much for being here, for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.